I think the most important thing is openness, actually. And I think if you're open to it and you try it, you don't have to understand the benefit because you feel it.
Qi roughly translates as life energy or vital force, and Gong means cultivation or skill or work. So it's energy work, cultivating life energy. Qigong makes you feel natural because the movements are natural. You're not forcing or straining or pushing in any way. You're moving with the body, you're working with the body, you're never working against the body. So when you practice Qigong, it feels the most natural, gentle and joyful movement, actually, that the body can do. People change through the practice of Qigong, particularly if they do it regularly and they're disciplined. I see people's posture changing, the way they move, their balance, where their center is. They become more steady, more stable. And so many people come to me and report improvements in their health.
You feel it, and your body feels it, and you feel it mentally, but you also feel it in terms of what your body can do, how it moves, things like that. So I think there's a whole intellectual side of it that is, I find, very interesting, but I don't think it's necessary.
I'd say a good starting point is the medical point of view. There's a branch of Qigong, medical Qigong, and there's plenty of scientific research validating its effectiveness in improving your health, like things like reducing blood pressure, for example. I'd say that's a good starting point. If you're not into alternative systems or philosophies, you don't need to worry about that aspect. Just do the simple exercises and get some health benefits for free.
The repetitiousness of the Qigong really slows you down mentally and balances you. And I think you come out of it after a session feeling much more level, grounded. Well, I certainly do.
At first, sometimes the postures can feel unfamiliar to people because they've had a lifetime of standing in a different kind of posture, one with perhaps locked knees and perhaps, not symmetrical. And so it takes a little while for people to get used to, say, the Wu Ji posture, for example. But once you start moving in the exercises, it feels familiar and natural because the body is designed to move in this way, and you move with the body. You move in the way that the body's designed to move, not against it. So that's why it feels, you could say it feels natural, and it does feel familiar. A really good thing about an in-person retreat is that we can practice together, face to face, and it just gives everyone an opportunity to practice together and for me to see if people's, for example, if their posture is correct, or if they're doing the move correctly, or if their weight is on the right leg, etc., which is not so easy to see in an online class. So it's a great opportunity for people to have corrections or adjustments, and the slight adjustment can sometimes make all the difference. So it's really good to do it in person. The retreat gives an opportunity for people who perhaps practice on their own at home. And when you practice together as a group, particularly if you're doing the same exercise at the same time, it creates a synergy. So everybody's energy together creates a synergy that feels more than the sum of the individuals. It feels that over the course of the retreat that we're building a group energy, a little Qigong community. The group is always completely unique and everybody brings their own energy to it. So it's a really fantastic opportunity for people to come together in community. And also we have the opportunity to share some of our Qi. We call it a Qi share. And it means that some participants will get the opportunity to share some of the practices that they might do in their own time. And it provides a great amount of variety, and it's really great fun as well. All of the retreats have been at Holland House, which is a 17th century sort of pilgrims lodging. So it has a history of pilgrimage and faith and prayer and spirituality. So it's a really lovely historical building, but it has this lovely, tranquil atmosphere. So it's perfect for Qigong.
I've been to 3 retreats with Karen, and I've brought my mother along on the last one, and she really enjoyed it. She found it very beneficial. She sat in a chair to do it. She didn't stand, but she said that it was just really nice to feel the energy around the room. She missed the first morning's meditation, but that was 7:30 in the morning.
Understandable.
It's a beautiful setting at Holland House where we go, and it's one of the things my mother said, it's very spiritual. She found that was there. And with all the different settings, because the weather was so nice, we did most of it outside. We didn't do it inside, other than the morning and the evening meditations. It's just a beautiful place, and the food's very good. But it was nice we had the whole place to ourselves. You could do as much or as little as you want. I personally like doing it all, but then that's just me. Most people that were on it, in fact everybody that was on it, were really nice people. And you got to meet new people, but you also got to reconnect with people that you met them last year, but they came again this year.
My first retreat was 3 years ago, and it came about because of demand, really. People kept asking me for years, and I kept thinking, yes, I'll do that at some point in the future. And then my mother basically said, let's just do the retreat, let's have a retreat, because I would like to go on retreat. So it was really my mum that was the sort of catalyst. It's an experience that you don't often get. So yes, you can have a glimpse of it in a class for an hour, but to have a whole weekend where you're together, you're eating together, you're practicing together. You also have your own spaces, so it's not like we're all in each other's pockets, but we have this opportunity to practice Qigong together for 2 whole days. And I just think it's a fantastic experience.
I think being able to devote a block of time to it, a bigger block of time than the hour class or 2-hour Zoom course, or some courses I've done an 8-hour Zoom course. Time when you're not just doing Qigong, you're talking to people, you're eating well, you've got a beautiful garden with really, really ancient trees to talk to. Having that bigger slice of time, I think, is wonderful, and that makes a retreat well worth doing. I think it's a different experience. I mean, yes, you spend an hour doing a practice, which is what you do on a Zoom class, but it's in a very different setting, physical setting, but also organisation, mental and emotional setting.
I feel like Qigong is a really excellent, simple, natural and gentle way to balance and centre yourself. And basically, who doesn't need that? You know, you could say today more than ever, I don't know. There's been all sorts of conflict throughout history, but the one thing we have control over is ourselves. So Qigong brings that control back to ourselves, basically. And it brings a centeredness and a balance that allows you to move through life with more ease and with less turmoil. You're always going to have things coming in life, coming to you, where you will have challenging times, you'll have easier times, you'll have challenging times again, and so on and so on. But Qigong is a practice that embodies balance and calm and centeredness, and that is what can really help you through those times of real challenge.
I think why it works and why it would be wonderful if more people did it is because it takes them out of themselves and puts them back into themselves, in touch with themselves. But also it shows you something about what's important. That feeling okay, not having blockages and tensions and stress, or having less of it, or having a technique that you can use to decrease its effect or maybe even remove it, is a worthwhile thing.
Anything that can spread the good message of Qigong is always welcome. So, you know, Qigong needs a bit more exposure. I think that this mindful practice of Qigong can be so beneficial and so extraordinarily transforming in your life, so centering, so balancing, that it's just the most incredible tool that you can use, that you can embody to help you stay balanced throughout life. It just needs a little bit more exposure. It needs more people to try it. And once you've tried it, then I don't think you really go back. You know, once you've tried it, you see the calming effect it has, and it's just, yeah, fantastic.
It is frequently given as one of the benefits of Qigong that it keeps you looking young. And certainly a lot of the teachers do. I've no idea how Karen is, but she certainly looks young.
I think it's something I wish I'd started earlier, and it's something that you can do right up into very, very old age. And I would recommend it to anybody.
But that's why I say being open is, I think, the main thing. Being open to whatever is going to happen when you do it.